What's going on, my fellow collectors? Jim here with another figure review. Today let's check out the Funko Disney Afternoon Cartoons Chip and Dale Rescue Alright, sorry. But yeah, I went ahead and picked up Chip and Dale with zipper here. These are the new Funko Disney Afternoons. Packaging on both is the same. We'll just use Dale here. But the packaging is pretty cool. We got a cool image of Chip and Dale. Got the Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers Disney logo there. You got Dale and zipper, and the characters are clearly displayed behind the bubble. Back of the packaging more or less just shows the characters of the figures, all the little read-ups and Funko and credentials and all that good stuff. But yeah, that is the packaging. Let's go ahead and pop these open and take a closer look. Okay, and here they are out of the packaging, and these are neat little figures. If you are collecting the Funko Disney Afternoon Cartoon line, these are probably ones you're going to want to pick up. I mean, for 10 bucks, I don't know. I mean, you're not really getting much. I mean, we do get zipper with Dale, but yeah, I don't know. And like, I passed on Baloo because he was just he was only like this tall, it seems like. So the scaling is kind of really wonky, but I went ahead and picked up Chip and Dale because I thought they were pretty cool looking characters, and I do remember watching Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers. But let's take a closer look at these guys. Let's start off with Dale here. I think the overall sculpting that Funko did on these turned out really good. I mean, for what they are, it definitely brought the characters to life right out of the cartoon. I like the fact that they're smiling. You can see their little buck teeth and all that. I do feel like the sculpt of the fur is good, but I wish they would have, I don't know, maybe like some shading or something to kind of bring it out a little bit. But I mean, we do have, the kind of sculpted fur going on here. And it's a little bit on the plain side. His eyes are a little bit painted sloppily. But overall, nice sculpt. We do have his Hawaiian shirt, which I always thought it was a Hawaiian shirt anyway. But, it does look cool and look accurate to the cartoon. We do have the little flower things painted on here, and they're painted on pretty cleanly for the most part, not too many issues. And then we do have the tail, which is all white with the black line, so that turned out really good. There is no articulation on the tail, like it doesn't swivel or anything like that, so I thought that was a little disappointing because I thought it would at least swivel. But yeah, there is 2 peg holes at the bottom of these guys, and surprisingly they do stand nice. That's one thing I was worried about, that they weren't going to be able to stand, but they do stand pretty good for the most part. Even Zipper, even though, I mean, he could fall over pretty easily. But yeah, I like that Funko are bringing. I hope they bring out more of these. I'm definitely looking forward to getting Darkwing Duck. That seems to be everybody's favorite, 'cause I can't find him anywhere. But as far as articulation, it is pretty minimal, but at least there is articulation added into these figures. You do have full rotation at the head. You do have a hinge at the shoulder, and you can hinge it out pretty good, more than 90 degrees, so that's cool. That does, of course, swivel all the way around. We do have just a single bend at the elbow, but, not too bad. And then we do have swivel at the waist. And then we have this kind of funky cut all the way in the leg, so it allows for rotation, but really, it just seems kind of pointless. I mean, it is kind of cool because you can kind of maybe get him in some running poses, but if you were to do that, you would have to, there's just no way he would be able to stand up on his own. It just makes him too top heavy. So I mean, the fact that the swivel is there is nice, but I feel like it's a little bit on the useless side. But yeah, so that was good old Dale. And then he comes with little zipper here, which I think is done good for the most part. He looks pretty cool. Definitely has his, yellow eyes with the black pupils. Big old smile on his face. His red shirt, and the rest of him is just kind of like this, greenish turquoise color. And then we do have his wings on the back. So really not much to him, but I mean, he did turn out pretty good. He has no articulation at all. So there's not even like a head swivel on him. But I mean, the fact that at least we do get a little bit of something else with Dale, I guess makes it a little bit more worth the money. But so that is cool. But yeah, he looks good. The sculpt is good. The paint is decent for the most part. So that's Zipper. And then taking a closer look at Chip here. He turned out really good. I do like the hat. The hat turned out really good. Nice sculpt. The paint's a little bit sloppy, but it looks like it did in the show with the ears coming out of the top, so that's really cool. We do have the different colors of the ears, so that's nice. Again, we get nice sculpt with Chip here. He turned out good. Pretty much probably identical to Dale, but there is a little bit of a difference in hue of the skin, which is pretty accurate as well. And then of course we do have his jacket here that kind of has that foxy feather thing going on around the side and the little riffles down here. So that's really cool. Turned out nice. And then again we have the same tail with the black line. So yeah, overall he turned out really good. He does have 2 peg holes. But yeah, very, very cool. Now as far as his articulation, it's basically exactly the same as Dale. You do get swivel, you do get the hinge, but for Chip here, you don't really get much just because of the sculpt of his jacket. It's really going to limit it, and it seems like it's worse on one side than the other. Like I can't get his arm up more than that much, but I can get this arm up a little bit more. So the jacket, or this part of the jacket, will hinder that pretty bad. But he does have the single bend, so you get about the same amount of bend at the elbow there. He does have a waist cut. It's a little bit further up, I guess, because of the jacket. It's kind of like mid, but you do get swivel out of that. And then you get that same cut at the legs. So you can kind of, swivel that all the way around. But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, pretty cool to get the Chip and Dale into the Funko Disney Afternoon Cartoon figures that I do have, which is more or less just Scrooge at this point. But measuring out, Chip is pretty much a little bit under 3 inches tall. His hat makes him a little bit taller than Dale, and it looks like Dale is a little bit more under 3 inches, like over 2 3/4 inches tall. But they do look good side by side. And then you got little Zipper here, who's only about a little bit under 1.5 inches tall. And as far as some comparisons, here they are with the Scrooge McDuck from the same line. So that is pretty cool. I mean, as far as scaling, I guess, I don't know how they would do it, because, Chip and Dale, I guess in real scale, they would be pretty tiny, but I do like that they are shorter than Scrooge here. And just for another comparison, here's the Mickey from Kingdom Hearts. So we'll scoot everybody over here and put Mickey out there. So you see, oh, if Mickey will stand up for me. So you see, they're gonna look good up against your other Disney characters. At least they're shorter than the other characters, so that is cool. And then you have little Zipper here. But yeah, guys, that was a quick look at the Funko Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers figures. Pretty cool figures at the end of the day. I do like it. I'm not bummed that I picked them up. I'm glad to add them to the collection. They don't really come with much at all. But the sculpt is there, the nostalgia is there, so pretty cool pickup at the end of the day. But yeah, that was a review, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the next figure review.